Today on the 50-pound brain, we're doing something completely different. We are changing the 100 amp alternator fuse in a Toyota FJ, and I think this applies also to Tacomas and Tundras, if whatever has this same horrible fuse box. So if you're not doing this job, go find another video. It'll be more entertaining, because this is going to be boring but informative if you are doing this job. Okay, so Brother Shay, vehicle owner,
howdy.
Bring us up to date where we're sitting right now. I know we've removed the battery cable.
Actually, that goes down to your alternator.
Yep. Or yeah, sorry, but yeah, the power cable. Batteries out. This box clips on the side.
This one clips here.
Okay.
Or bolts in there.
Yep.
We've got the box top off. Fuse has been pulled off, thinking that it wasn't bolted in.
And that's what my neighbor thought too, originally. It's like, oh, this is gonna be a push and pull. No. It is bolted in on the bottom. And if you think about it, it pulls 100, it's capable of 99 amps. So
it's a 120 amp fuse.
Oh, it's a 120. Oh,
yeah.
His was, okay, his was like 100, I thought. Anyway, that's a ton of power. So to just have a push-pull quick disconnect tab, that could get ugly if once it starts getting worn out from vibration and stuff. It starts arcing and then, you know, burn the whole thing down. So I see why they bolted it in. It's just, why do you have to pull the engine to change that fuse? I don't know. But we're gonna get this done. Okay. All right, so
taking the tape off of this connector here, where the wires go into the fuse box.
Okay. And
the one on the other side to expose the
zip
ties there.
Okay.
And then disconnected this little wire connector here.
Oh.
It's just a...
Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah. Right there.
Just a squeeze and pull.
Okay. So the issue is this is a two-piece. This inner part will all come out, but it's a two-piece deal. It's split like down the middle here somewhere, and you have to get this part up to get at the two screws that go into the terminals for this fuse. And there are a bunch of lock tabs here, all over the place, and we'll point them out to get this thing to release out of the box and then get this thing up. So if you watched other videos, I know one video shows that they've already got everything loose, and so that was not a whole lot of help to me when I was researching this job. So that's why we decided to do this from start to finish and show you where all the tabs and stuff are.
One thing that's useful to know is that when you're pulling this off, you have to push in this way. What I was having trouble with was knowing which way to push. So if you push this guy in this way, this slides right off.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's good to know, because and that's, I think when I was helping my neighbor do this, it was the same deal. It's like, okay, there's a tab. You can kind of, once you get some of them released, you can see where it's still being held, but you didn't know which way to push to release it. So
right.
Good to know. Okay, update. So here are the 4 locking tabs that you need to kind of simultaneously pop, along with cutting the zip ties off the wire harnesses that come in here and here. I hope you can see that, to get this box up. But now, yeah, the whole thing has popped out, and now we can work this thing. These two have...
Give your candy cane a lesson.
Given, there we go. And there, now the whole thing is out. And then the next thing we'll do is now separate the two halves to get at these screws right here. All right, we got it apart, and I want you to see, this is one of the tabs. This is the other tab. This one's way more mangled because it gave us more problems, but this is the other tab. And here are the mating sides of it. See if I can get it in the light. There we go. This is the thing you got to depress that's holding it in. That one gives you a better view. You come down it and then they slide apart, and this end just had a lot of resistance. We actually had it popped, but it was just so tight we thought we didn't have it popped, and we just forced them to slide apart, and they did, and they just go in like that. So now there's the one screw for the fuse, and there's the other right there, and then we'll be cooking with gas again. Okay, new fuse is in, bolts are in. So we did have to take, I don't know if I mentioned this before, we had to take this gray piece that bridges the two halves on the underside, had to take it loose. So, but I'll show you. This thing is made for assembly, not disassembly. All right, here we go. So the right half comes in over the left half. And you got to get here, and here are the latch points. There and there. Click, click. And then this gray cover goes in right here. Well, it's got a latch over in the front on this side right here too. So you kind of slap that in. Slap that in. That's in. We did have to take the ground off the fender wall right here so we could get this much motion out of it. And then it goes, line everything back in the box, bam, done. So what took us, what, 2 hours?
Yeah, a couple hours.
And we weren't telling war stories or anything. It was all 2 hours of hard work, as far as you know. Took us a minute and a half to put back together, and that's the point. They build this thing to be assembled on the assembly line, and then they send it out the door, and then after that it's your problem. Thanks, Toyota. So, and then everything else is just reassembly of how you took it apart. Yeah, and we won't. This goes on here. Reattach our ground.
Zip ties.
Zip ties on the wire harnesses right here on the bottom corners that you'll see when you're doing this. And then yeah,
Connector.
yay. And then this, yeah, the gray connector in the front has to be reconnected.
Right here.
Right there.
Just push it in.
Yep, that's done. So we're not going to show you all the other reassembly. This was the tough part. We showed you that. That's the meat of the job right there. And if you can do it without drilling out the tabs, doing all sorts of mayhem and destruction to your fuse box, then you're the big winner. All right. So yeah, we'll reassemble it. My buddy Shay, boy Levi, we were all slaving hard to get this done, but we got it done. So thanks for